Hey guys, Zulu here from the Flow Zone. Just wanted to share with you a simple 4-step formula for developing more grit, more determination, more persistence. So, I imagine if you're sitting there now watching this video and you've ended up here, that persistence may have played a part in your life, whether that be having a lack of persistence and experiencing the pain or the disappointment or the setbacks that come with that, starting things and not quite finishing them, or having grandiose ideas and plans but never quite putting it into action to achieve that thing, or whether it's the other side of the coin where you've achieved awesome stuff in your life by displaying persistence and really digging deep and keeping on going when you really wanted to stop, or when times got tough, or when all circumstances in the environment were telling you to stop, or becoming super challenging or super difficult, and you've just kept going and displayed that grit and you've achieved awesome things. So if you're here now, you've probably had a little bit of both in your life. Now, grit itself is one of the overarching, and it's one of the common denominators amongst successful people, and especially amongst the top 1%, so the super elite of the elite. If we ask these people what characteristics and traits they have, or if we study them and see what traits and characteristics that they embody and that they've developed, we'll pretty much every single time find grit, the ability to push forward and keep going in the face of adversity. So, as we can see, it's going to benefit us if we would develop this trait in ourselves. So that's why I'm sharing this video with you now. So the benefits we'll get from developing it are things like self-confidence. We'll develop confidence in ourselves. Self-belief. We'll develop an ability to create self-discipline in our lives and bring that forth in our lives, and focus, and be able to have a vision and reach our goals, be able to have more success and achievement in our lives. And we'll be able to put ourselves in that higher echelon of high achievers and peak performers. So let's just jump in. Step one for developing more grit is to have a definite purpose. And so knowing exactly what we want. And also that purpose has to be backed by a burning desire to fulfill that purpose. We can't just kind of want it, or have this idea of, oh, that'd be nice to have. We got to really decide we want this thing, and there's going to be nothing getting in my way. This is going to happen regardless of what goes on. That's the attitude we need to have. We need to develop that burning desire where if we don't have that thing, if we don't get that thing, it hurts us. It's painful. We got to have a big enough gain. We got to know what that gain is that we're going to gain by achieving that, and we got to know what that pain is if we don't achieve it. So that's step one, developing that and having a clear idea of what that is. Step two is having a definite, decided upon action plan. And the emphasis is on action. It's got to be continual action towards achieving that purpose, to achieving that outcome. And having that plan is going to give us the steps. They're going to give us okay, what do we do? The what, in terms of, it's developing how are we going to do it. It's the how as well. It's the step by step. If we don't have that, then we might have this pristine vision of what we want out here that we can throw our grappling hooks on and allow to pull us towards it. But if we don't have a plan to get there, then it's like, oh, okay, how do I even throw my grappling hook? I don't have the plan on how to do that. Whereas if we do have that plan, then it's easy. We spin it a few times, throw it, bam, we know exactly what is required to get us towards our outcome. And if we don't have that plan, then at best it's going to be extremely difficult to achieve our outcome, and at worst it's going to be absolutely impossible. So having that definite plan that is all about taking action is super important. The third step, so we've got our definite purpose, we've got our definite plan, we've got that burning desire, we know what it is we're moving towards, we know how it is we're going to get there, we know why we're moving towards it, we got the purpose and the reason behind it. So now what we need is a defense mechanism, and step 3 is to have a closed mind. I know that might sound a bit funny, closed-mindedness, but it's very important. A specific kind of closed mind is what we need. We need to close our minds off to all negative influences or negative suggestions from friends, from family, from strangers. If people are commenting on things online and things like this, or throwing comments at you while you're doing whatever it is you're doing, we're not allowed to let that into our mind. We got to put the security gates up. We got to be on watch vigilantly for anything that is saying that we can't do it, or that we can't reach our goal, or that that's a bad idea, or anything that could sway us from getting our outcome. We got to close our minds to that. And also we have to, as much as we have to close our minds to the outside and external world from others, we need just as much vigilance, and we need to close our minds from the inside as well. So we got to be vigilant and on watch for our own negative self-talk, our own self-defeating attitudes and mindsets, and that self-deprecating or negative self-talk. We need to really be on guard and on watch to not allow any of that to sway us from our purpose. So that is step 3. Have a closed mind, have single-minded focus that we're heading towards our goal, regardless of the circumstances that come up, whether that's other people, or whether that's yourself speaking negatively, or whether that's distractions that might distract us from the outside, that the unknown variables that we can't plan for. We can't allow those things to stop us from achieving our goal, from heading towards that. That's grit in itself, is refusing to give up in the face of adversity, refusing to give up when everyone else believes it and is saying that you cannot do it, even when yourself saying I cannot do it, but still going forth anyway. That is step 3. Step 4, vitally important, is to have support. So step 4 is support from one or more people who are encouraging you to get towards your goal, and they're keeping you on task and keeping you accountable and encouraging you to move towards that purpose and to keep on taking action on that plan. If you build that, then that is the thing that's going to pull you over the line when you just really want to give up. And it's it's like having that person in your corner in the boxing ring that's saying this, you can do it, or it's having that person at the marathon who's cheering you on, going you can do it. And it's also, they don't necessarily have to be there cheering you on. It's just somebody who's there that you can bounce off, and that person as well, you want to ensure that you like them, you love them, or you respect them. Because if you don't, then you're not going to listen to them. It's not going to be someone who you have enough investment in, or has enough investment in you in order to be that support that you need. So those are the 4 steps. If you can develop that grit, you can really set yourself on path to great things, to achieving, to putting yourself in the top 5%, top 1% of people in the world, and becoming your best self. Really getting clear on what it is you want, really getting defined and definitive with your action plan and with your action taking. So absolute continual action, with having that closed mind, building up an imperviousness to negativity and negative suggestions from others, and having that support. If you can build that up, then having that grit really is going to benefit you in so many ways. So that is the 4 steps. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you've taken anything from it, please go out and share it in the world. If you've enjoyed these videos at all, please subscribe down below, comment below. I really love engaging with you guys and hearing from you. If there's any kind of challenges or anything that you're struggling with, please comment below, email me, send me a message, and I'll endeavor to share something around that, or just to have a conversation with you. So thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, have a good one.